Hi guys, here to talk about pet odor. As the temperatures heat up outside, the humidity makes the odor worse in the house. A lot of the times the customers have already kind of tried something on it. It hasn't worked, so we get the call. 51% of the US households are reported to have two or more pets. So therefore, there's a lot of pet population, even more than humans, inside the homes. So we have to be prepared to be able to tackle these things. And a lot of the times I hear people getting callbacks, and callbacks meaning when they apply the pet odor or they service someone, clean their rugs, they smell. So today I'm going to just kind of cover it, break it down for you guys, what you should be doing when you're out in the field to eliminate those kinds of issues. So first things first, there's basically three types of odors we're going to talk about. One is just your light, one is medium, and third is severe. So you have to categorize them correctly. For example, if I go into a home and I have a chihuahua and the chihuahua just dribbles here and there, well, that's not a big deal. We can just use a product like, say, Nature's Miracle, which is kind of similar to the Stinky Winky, which the customers can also purchase in the store. That's great for topical, just the top part, the carpet that's affected, and that works really well. But it's like a burst of enzymes and it digests that, so it's good in that case. But let's say if the dog is repeatedly going there, or if the dog has old age and he is on medication, there's also an issue with that where the dog repeatedly keeps going, but the customer is attached to the dog, so they don't want to get rid of the dog and they continue doing that. Urine accidents end up going inside the padding, and that's where we come in most of the time, because the customers already tried light odor kind of things, and then the heavier odor usually requires the medium restoration, which for that we use a product called OSR, odor and stain remover. And basically what that is enzymes like this, but they're coupled with oxygen makes the enzymes mass produce. So basically it's going to do the work. It would take this about 3 days or so to do in about 30 minutes. So what you do is you mix this in an open bucket and with water, and you apply it onto the padding and the carpet. And people think it's going to spread everywhere, but typically it doesn't, because the padding will absorb the moisture and it'll keep it from going down or to the sides. And it it just sits there for 30 minutes, and then you come back, you extract it, and then clean it again. You probably wouldn't apply this when the carpet's not clean, so you have to clean it first, and then you would apply it, let it sit for 30 minutes, and then come back and extract it. After the extraction, you can do just a light cleaning on the surface just to catch up some wicking. As the urine or anything that's left in there starts to rise up to the surface, the oxygen in this will deactivate it. That was for your synthetic carpets, typically synthetic furniture. But what about your natural fibers? For your natural fibers, you need like a two-part solution. So it's basically this with a buffering agent that makes the pH and keeps the pH below a 7. That way there's no cellulosic browning and bleeding and other issues that can develop by using a high alkalinity. So basically it's this powder with this powder mixed together in a 2-gallon container, and then applied to oriental rugs or any kind of a natural fiber. And the last one is severe odor. When you have severe odor, it's not just that it's in the carpet, the padding, the subfloor, or anything else. It's basically everywhere. It's traveled from the heating and ventilation system into every little cavity that's inside the home. And how do you take something like that out? Well, you need to use ozone gas, and I'll talk about that in a second. Basically, when you do have really bad odor, and it's not just in the padding, but it also has reached the subfloor, the baseboards, the walls, there is something extra that you can do. For example, you could, after cleaning it, you could apply a sealer on it to be able to separate the odor from the rest of the house. So it basically is a barrier. And for that is a product called Odor Barrier. Again, we still need to address the odor that's traveled everywhere in every little crevice in the house. So how do we do that? Well, the ozone machine does that. And the way it works is you basically plug this in to the wall, and after the carpet is dry, then You need to run it for like anywhere from a day to 2 days, depending on the size of the place. It produces ozone. Ozone is O3. So what it does, it gives one molecule away for the odor, and it becomes O2. So it becomes oxygen. The way to use this is basically when the customer is not in the home, they turn it on. And then when they come back, they turn it off and ventilate. There's other products that you can use for odor, but I really prefer this, and I've been using this for many years without fail. You can also purchase this from Magic Wand if you want it. And then there's some other little knickknacks here and there. This is something that you can use to inject, like even if you had a Chihuahua and say the odor was not just in the carpet but also in the padding, you can also inject it using this injector. Now, a common question is on upholstery. When people say, oh, the upholstery's got a lot of urine. Well, if that's the case, what we need to do is get rid of the padding in the upholstery. So the foam that's inside, probably best if you just get rid of that, clean both sides of the fiber, and replace the foam. So there you have it.
Come check us out at magicwandcompany.com.